top stories: Deputy Prime Minister Temesgen Teruna praises Addis Ababa's corridor and riverside projects as pioneers in urban planning. And WHO Regional Director pledges continued support for Ethiopia's health sector progress. Hello and welcome to EBC World with the news. I'm Tabitha John. Do stay with us. Deputy Prime Minister Temesgen Teruna has hailed Addis Ababa's corridor and riverside project as pioneering examples of structured urban planning and integrated infrastructure, saying they signal a fresh chapter in the history of the Ethiopian capital. Deputy Prime Minister Temesgen, who joined Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed and senior Prosperity Party officials on Friday to inspect progress on the riverside development, shared his reflection in a social media post. He noted that cities which uphold proper standards serve as models of organized growth and sustainable development, stressing that Addis Ababa's ongoing transformation are setting such a precedent. He described Addis Ababa as a city advancing through the strength of its residents, flourishing through their dedication and hard work. The Deputy Prime Minister added that the Ethiopian capital, the pride of both Ethiopia and Africa, is evolving into a city that is not only a place of beauty, but also of functionality, not only a center of leisure, but also a quality of living. He underscored that the city's rapid growth reflects the broader trajectory of Ethiopia's national development. Experts noted that the newly established Nile Basin Commission will be pivotal in transforming decades of skepticism among Nile Basin countries into cooperation and joint development. Preparations are underway to establish the Commission's office in Entebbe, Uganda, following the enforcement of the Nile Basin Cooperation Framework Agreement last October. The accord, signed by Ethiopia, Tanzania, Uganda, Burundi, Rwanda and South Sudan, rejects colonial-era treaties and enshrines principles of equitable water use and peaceful dispute resolution. Water resources management, transboundary rivers and hydro-diplomacy consultant Fek Ahmed Negash told the Ethiopian news agency that the agreement, reached after more than 2 decades of negotiations, still requires key institutional steps to be fully realized. International water law expert Kabeda Gerba, for his part, noted that preparations for opening the Entebbe office and staffing are progressing, with the Commission set to coordinate collaborative use, development and management of the Nile. He also pointed to the 2015 Declaration of Principles signed by Ethiopia, Egypt and Sudan as a milestone for regional cooperation. The Commission is expected to mediate disputes and safeguard the rights and obligations of member states. Experts urged Ethiopia to continue leading implementation efforts and to push for the inclusion of countries yet to sign the agreement to ensure fair and equitable water use across the Nile Basin. And finally, the World Health Organization Regional Director for Africa, Mohamed Yaqub Janabi, has praised Ethiopia's achievement in strengthening its health system and reaffirmed the organization's commitment to supporting the country's ongoing efforts. Speaking to the Ethiopian news agency during his first official visit to Ethiopia, Janabi said he held productive discussions with Health Minister Mekdes Daba on national health priorities, WHO's role as a key partner, and ways to reach populations affected by human crisis. Quote unquote, I had the opportunity to see how health is run in Ethiopia. I was impressed and we discussed a range of issues, he said, noting that Ethiopia's status as Africa's second most populous country demands an extra mile in health system management. He highlighted progress in key indicators, including a notable decline in maternal mortality as evidence of the country's advancement. The regional director emphasized Ethiopia's strategic importance in Africa's broader health and development agenda, pledging that WHO will continue close collaboration to strengthen service delivery, emergency preparedness, and health sovereignty. During his visit, Janabi met with representatives of the African Union, the United Nations and development partners and discussed health financing, boosting local pharmaceutical manufacturing, and reinforcing continental preparedness for health emergencies. You're watching ABC, a reminder of the top stories. Deputy Prime Minister Temesgen Taruna praises Addis Ababa's corridor and riverside projects as pioneers in urban planning. And WHO Regional Director pledges continued support for Ethiopia's health sector progress. That's all we had for now. I'm Tabitha John. Thank you for watching. Goodbye and take care.